All right. What is up, Blue Crew? How's it going, Blue Foundation, Green Giants, Deep Red Alliance? Welcome to another Deep Reds episode, short edition. We got a very short episode. I don't even have Deep Reds written down, guys, but it looks like everything is the same as yesterday, if not redder. So, we can at least just hammer on those same Deep Reds that we've been talking about. Things like EMC, things like, let me see. I mean, XPX is at 0003 now, so it's not at 0002 anymore. Starting to look almost green across the board, but still 50% down on the year for XPX. What's up, Hustle Hard Crypto? Appreciate you, 50 Cent. Guys, thanks for hitting the like on the way in. It's a super short video today, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have just a small viewing on this one. We got to get into work pretty soon, but I just wanted to get a stream in to let the Blue Foundation know, hey, it's getting pretty red. The fear index is increasing, right? Good to see PortX and XPX, two of the cryptos we kind of been almost talking about, in the past like weeks or so, in the Deep Reds, starting to maybe, I'm not going to say they're turning it around. They're still down on the year, but it's good to see those greens on the hourly, the 24-hour, the 30-day, the 90-day. I like seeing that. And XPX, man, I hope it doesn't go back to the 0002 ranges or the 0001 ranges, but XPX, serious chain, massive sleeper. I love the value of it here at 0003. Not going to be chasing the pump on this one, right? If we're already pumping, that's why we were hammering when it was right across the board at the 002s, 001 range, or 002s, 001 ranges, right? PortX at 001, still a very low supply, right, in terms of the price. And PortX Young Project, low market cap. I still like it at around 001. I liked it more at 000s, right? We got A0 at a penny. I understand the shakeup in leadership's got a lot of people afraid, but hell, DREC Alliance follows them. Digital Euros, they're still part of the Digital Euro Association. Maybe they can turn it around with new leadership. And hell, the risk is baked into the price, right? It's at a penny with 355 million supply. So my $5 could go a long way if A0 does turn it around and is part of the Digital Euro Association, and maybe even joins the Decentralized Recovery Alliance as a freaking member, right? So those are ones we're keeping our eyes out on. ZNN still at around 27-30 cents. I like Xenon at around those ranges. Guys, it's really just picking your favorite reds and just sticking with them and getting ready for so far 10 months in a row. 10 months in a row. If we're going to assume that the end of October is going to end on the red, 10 months in a row of just reddish sideways momentum. We've had a relief rally here and there to get us excited, but most of the time it's just been 10 months of straight up sideways action. So going into some election stuff into November, maybe with that chaos, crypto starts booming a little bit, right? We'll just have to wait and see. And then hopefully near the end of the year, we get a freaking takeoff, right? Going into the new year and 2026. Hopefully we set ourselves up very well in the past 10 months of hammering deep reds, red across the board, low supply, low price, or at least good price in ratio to its supply, right? So, just keeping our eyes out on that stuff, guys. The days are counting closer and closer to when it's going to start turning bullish. The fear index is increasing, right? So that means it's going to start turning around, whether we get a relief rally or, a relief pump or something like that, right? Just to get ready and when we get greens, we have options. Do we want to take profits? Do we want to send that over to another deep red that we have on our mind, right? These are the things that we have to start accounting for as we get closer to some bullish times, because it's going to happen, right? The bull cycle will happen. Digital assets are not going away, right? The future is freaking digital payments, machine-to-machine payments. How the hell are they going to do it without digital assets, right? So it's an absolute necessity. This bull cycle is coming. It's just a matter of when, right? So we're accumulating these deep reds. We're accumulating layer ones on the cheap, right? Love those layer ones. I'm not too much of a layer two guy. I do like layer twos at the right price, at the right supply, right? But I'm more of a layer one guy and cheap layer ones. Flare is still at 2 cents. XPX, one of the cheapest layer ones that you'll be able to find out there that is ISO 20022 compliant, and proven CBD end-to-end CBDC production. Right, so XPX at 0003 still looking really good. We talked about Flare at 2 cents. We talked about, I mean, XRP at any price is always a great time when you can get whole numbers of XRP. Guys, I mean, in the next few years or in the next 5 years, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to accumulate whole numbers of XRP, right? It's going to be more expensive. It's just the nature of XRP. It's just what its history has shown, right? Congrats. Appreciate you, 50 Cent. What's up, Blue Foundation? I'm just trying to get the quick video in here, guys, and letting you guys know what we're looking after. HBAR ecosystem, fantastic. Algorand. HBAR and Algorand, two of the prominent members of that decentralized recovery alliance. Under 20 cents must accumulate. Must. Getting involved in those ecosystems as well. Getting involved in their DeFi, right? HBAR ecosystem with Sauce, right? With BSL releasing a product, man. BSL's not dead, and it's at 000. It's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. Not many people freaking know that, but the Blue Foundation does. That's the benefit of being on this freaking channel or subbing to this channel, right? So I appreciate anybody who's helping us get to 5,500 subscribers. You guys mean the world, and thanks for double tapping the screen for the like on this video. But yeah, this is the time where we can make our money, man. We're going to be very happy with ourselves, even if we get a relief rally, even if we get like a nice little relief pump, because it's been pretty freaking bearish and sideways. That gives us some opportunities to make some gains and add to our treasure chest, add to our ammunition for another dump, right? Getting ready for those, right? Paribus X, PBX, man, that thing's at 4 zeros, 87 bucks for 1 million PBX, man. Building on Lumia, right? A kind of new up and coming chain, weird black and white logo for that crypto too, Lumia. What else do we got? Oh, I was going to mention another multiples. Oh yeah, dude, 5 zeros, kin, man. Kin. Is it going to break to 6 zeros? It is on the verge. It is literally on the edge. And it seems, I mean, I'm kind of feeling the vibe that it won't. I don't think that it will break to like 6 zeros 90. But dude, if it does, man, I mean, I know it may be a dead project, but dude, it's all this FUD, all this stuff has happened to kin during a bear cycle, right? We don't know what the bull cycle is going to do for kin, right? And right now the sentiment is the lowest that it's ever been, right? At 501, right? I mean, my $5 could go a long way there. My $5, I think, can get me what? 500,000 kin, right? Or something like that. Like, dude, you can get 1 million kin for like what? $10. Holy cow. Let's go. Right? So I'm loving the opportunity there, you know, just for in terms of like minimal risk, right? I don't want to keep like, hey, I sometimes like to play poker and call the bluff of the deep red. Don't get me wrong. I'll like to go a little bit more than maybe I should, but I'm trying to stay disciplined and just chipping away little by little with money that I can afford to lose, right? Just little bit by little, and just assuming it's gone, and just happy that I have like 1 million kin, or, you know, millions of kin, whatever your bag may look like. But I just feel like it's in my duty in the deep reds to just at least shout that one out, right? EMC, Edge Matrix Chain, with its NVIDIA connections at 001, 1 billion supply. I mean, that's a very low supply with that price right there. We can do some damage with EMC if that thing starts turning around, right? Really good partnerships, really good collaborators, right? Still active. So EMC, keeping an eye out for that one. What else do we got? ZNN at 27 cents. What's the supply? Like 1.1 million or 10 million supply, right? So ZNN, man, what an easy smash for me at around that price range. I know it has, you know, it's got an interesting proof of momentum consensus. You know, looking forward to seeing what ZNN is going to finally do in a bull cycle, right? I mean, dude, we just shouted out like what, 30, 20 cryptos right there in the deep reds, and we're trying to keep this video short. So I appreciate everybody's support. Let me know what kind of cryptos you guys are looking at or accumulating. EVR, man, EVR is an instant smash under $1. Love, dude. EVR, that XRPL ecosystem with EVR, Zahao, we don't know what a bull cycle looks for XAH. We don't know what a bull cycle looks like for EVR. Sologenic, Corium, Pulsara, right? The SARA token, that trio, XRP, XAH, and EVR, and then Sologenic, Corium, and SARA. That in that XRPL ecosystem or connection, right? I like those two trios right there. ZBEX, Solana, Kin, you know, we've been saying that was a trio. You never know. Hey, we got to see what a bull cycle does. If Kin starts to come to life on a bull cycle, we're going to be laughing our butts off, man. We're going to be laughing our butts off because we're about to get filthy rich, right? I mean, it's just if Kin actually has any freaking life to it, dude, it's going to be amazing, right? And I just love the minimal risk in terms of like amount of money that is you know, needed to get 1 million of these. Just loving it for Kin. But hey, could be a dead project. We'll just have to wait and see what the bull cycle ultimately decides. TIBBIR's been up, dude. TIBBIR's been doing good. Shout out to the base Patsy, man. Much love to you, man. Thank you for the TIBBIR surprise, base Patsy. You are the man, dude. You are the freaking man. Shout out to you. Much love to the TIBBIR community and the base Patsy, man. Really making us really bullish and excited for TIBBIR, for Virtual. Virtual's under $1 right now, man. Virtual looking like it's going to be the leading AI agent, you know, type of platform here. So Virtual, keeping an eye out for that one as well. I like it under $1 there. I'm just buying FLR and XDC lately. I like that. FLR at 2 cents, XDC at 6 cents. Are you freaking kidding me? DAG had some major bearish news. I think something with like a bridge got exploited or something like that, but it doesn't look like the technology is being compromised or anything like that. So I'm liking DAG on the FUD. If we could get DAG at double zeros, dude, watch out, right? I mean, that's like getting Casper at the double zeros right now, right? Plume, yeah, Plume and ICP, I like that. Python, man, Python's in the reds right now, in the deep reds. We talked about Pyth just yesterday at 10 cents, right? So there's, I mean, it's really just picking your favorite cryptos, getting the amounts that you want, right, to have in your portfolio initially or for the long term, right? And then the more you're accumulating, it becomes more of a short-term bag, right? But yeah, loving the deep reds, man. The sentiment is getting pretty low. People are getting, you know, Rose is at like a freaking penny, dude. Blue Rose, man. I love Oasis Protocol at 2 pennies, 1 penny. That feels good every time I freaking purchase it, man, because I think a lot of people are sleeping on this crypto. They love AI and privacy cryptos. Well, Rose is the only, and I repeat, like the one that is focused on AI and privacy on the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, right? So that's a big deal. That is a big deal, dude. I mean, sorry, I get like this sometimes, like my head wants to say so many things, but it's like XRPL community focuses so much on the XRPL projects, and understandably so, but they kind of like forget that, like, you know, you want to go with like 50, you know, what's it called? The 6 degrees of separation, or like those connections, right? If XRP is in the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, you don't think that they're going to have like collaborations outside of this alliance with HBAR, with Algorand, with ADA, with Bank Social, with freaking Rose, right? With the Blue Rose. So the Blue Rose at a penny, you know, you could see it in the HBAR ecosystem possibly in the future. You could see it on XRP DeFi in the future. That's what I'm saying, is like to be open to, now that they're part of an alliance, working together, right? Them working together, collaborating, right? Seeing XRP on freaking HBAR's DeFi, if possibly, right? Just keeping our minds open to those type of like announcements and collaborations that could possibly happen, and make these projects even more bullish, bring more liquidity to these projects, right? So Rose at a penny is an awesome, awesome value. Because it's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, and I think it's like one of the bigger projects in that Decentralized Recovery Alliance that a lot of people are sleeping on. Constellation DAG, we just talked about its FUD. I mean, dude, they're gonna have, you know, perfect timing for the FUD right before bullishness happens for DAG, right? I feel like sometimes they do this. You know, we got to be careful, because sometimes you're better off just never looking at the news, right, and just waiting years, right, to see what happens to your digital asset. Because sometimes the FUD can really get you to sell, and then next thing you know, they pump it. Next thing you know, they put a big good news next to it afterwards, right? So got to keep an eye out for that. Bank Social, like I said, you know, BSL, staking it, getting dual rewards for staking, right? I want to try to hit a certain level of BSL that I have, right? To just start staking that and building up some BSL on top of BSL there. I mean, ZBCN is at 003, right? After the bullish news and listings, right? It's almost like that was expected, because that always, for some reason, that always happens. They get you excited about a listing, it gets listed, major dump. Like, it's hilarious. So, ZBEC looking good at 003. Love XDC, like we said. Plume, ICP, FLR, you name it. XPX at 000s. What else? Story IP is starting to go down a little bit there too. So yeah, just choosing our deep reds of choice, man, and you know, having conviction in it and holding the line, man, despite the FUD, right? There's gonna probably be another shakeout dump, right? I mean, just getting prepared for that, right? I don't know if this was the one in the past, you know, the one that we just had here, but I would just say getting prepared for another shakeout, right? Because I think what they do is they shake you out, and then the major pumps start happening, right? So there's going to be some event that they get you scared about with crypto. It'll be a wall of red. That would be the best time to accumulate. Most likely it'll happen near the end of a month while you're getting busy to send your money to pay rent. So then you have no money to throw freaking at crypto, right? I think that's the strategy they probably go with there. What's up, Coca-Cola? Yeah, we got tiger mentality here, man. Dragon Chain. DRGN still at a penny. Making some good gains in the past 24 hours, though, but DRGN still a great value for where it's at. And you don't know if they got NDAs going on, dude. Dragon Chain, now that it's free from the SEC and stuff like that, get ready for the dragon to fly, dude. And I'm excited to see what they got in store for us going into this bull cycle and any, you know, news, right? It seems like a lot of these companies wait for the bull cycle to release some really big news or, you know, other levels of news or developments, right? So, guys, I said it was going to be a short video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode of Deep Reds and the cryptos that we were shouting out. I'm sure I probably missed out on a good amount of them, but hopefully this is enough to get ourselves, you know, our brains chewing on something there and thinking about digital assets. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is just being able to accumulate and get as many as we can from the elite, really. So, you know, we can't, and from the machines, right? The machines are going to want your digital assets more than humans probably will. So just making sure they're going to have to pay us a very high price for our digital assets. That's the strategy. So anyways, guys, appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, and XX. How can I forget XX Network, the deep red of 2025, man? I mean, XPX might take that spot, but XX Network, hell, they both have 2 X's in them. XX Network at a penny, still loving it at around that range, man, and enjoying it and being grateful, being super grateful to be accumulating a quantum resistant crypto, highly focused on privacy, new kid on the block that we don't know what a freaking bull cycle looks like for them. And, oh my God, this person's doing a terrible parking job. Okay. And, you know, David Chom, founder, connections with the XRPL, bridges with the XRPL. I'm getting excited, man. I'm freaking bullish and loving the, oh my God, this person out here is distracting me a little bit. They're doing such a terrible job. But yeah, Larry Wilson, take profits now? Larry Wilson, man, I don't know if we're taking profits right now during the deep reds, my dude. I don't think we're going to take profits during deep reds. I don't think that's the strategy, man. But appreciate you telling me what to do. And, you know, hey, I'll never tell you what to do. If you're taking profits, congrats, man. Congratulations to you. I think we're in deep reds, and if it keeps getting redder, that fear index continues to increase, and more of my buys continue to increase, man. But welcome Larry Wilson to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Gee, take profits early, and he ain't pulling here. Hey, appreciate you, RPM. Much love to you, man. Cryptocurrency is an easy rig market. I mean, yeah, that's why we buy deep reds, right? You buy deep reds, it turns green, you take profits, right? You have options. You can switch them over to other deep reds that can maybe add to your thing, right? So I understand if it's an easy rig market. Definitely. There's only a couple of trillion in it. Dude, we're talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars that are coming to digital assets. And it's only going to be a few that get to see those big ass market caps. right? You'll still probably have that little lottery feeling type of thing with some low caps going to like, you know, from thousands to millions or millions to billions, right? But there's only going to be a few that have that trillion in their market cap, man. Trillions plus, right? You're right about the strategy because most people never take profits and hope it keeps going up. Exactly, Larry Wilson. That's why we just try to make it easy on ourselves. Instead of chasing a green candle, right? Let's say a crypto went up in the past 24 hours or in the past year or in the past 7 days, right? And then we just get FOMO because we want to buy in. The project's so great, it's so amazing, the team, the partnerships, right? Right? We that's stuff we used to do in year 1, year 2, right? First bull cycle, right? Back in 2016, 17, 18, right? That was the type of stuff we were doing then. Very immature in this market. Now we just try to make it easy on ourselves. I jump in deep reds. Moment it turns green in any freaking way on my portfolio, I'm taking some off the table and trying to get closer and closer to my initial investment so I don't even have to freaking think about those digital assets again. Because some of these are really long-term plays to begin with, right? Like XPX and, you know, obviously XRP, XLM, HBAR, those blue chips, those big-time enterprise CBDC-focused cryptos. Those are going to be ones that take a little bit of time to, you know, to move. But when they move big, right? Especially in bull cycle. The sentiment, I mean, people all go back to the same thing when the bull cycle starts hitting. They start going for utility, right? It always is this. I don't care if it's AI. I don't care if it's, you know, the new kid on the new shiny thing on the block. It is all about utility. It has always been about utility, and it's about machines using these digital assets. Guys, crypto, appreciate you, Larry Wilson. We're keeping it a short video today. We usually do an hour-long video at 3:30 p.m. PST daily, Monday through Friday. We gave you guys a little bit of a Saturday stream, but we got to get heading to work. So I'm so grateful for you guys understanding and grateful for everybody hitting the like on the way out. If we can get 25 likes for this video, since it's a shorter video, that means more views can come its way. I would appreciate it. It would help us out tremendously. And any new subscribers to the channel, helping us get to 5,500. Very grateful, and thanks to any new members. In order to bring in the new digital system, blockchain has to go into the tens of trillions of dollars minimum. Exactly, Larry. Exactly. Cryptocurrency operates more like a meme overall because most people don't even care about the technology. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's why we're just so lucky to be here before the trillions upon trillions flood in, right? And holding the freaking fort, not getting freaking shaken out. Because you know how you get shaken out? You get shaken out because you invested more than you can afford to lose. If you're investing what you can afford to lose and it's gone, like the moment you invest in it and you act like it's gone forever, but hey, you know that helps us hold through the volatility. It helps us hold through the shakeouts to see the green candles, right? 3i Atlas coming, moon it. Let's go, man. Let's go. By the way, you know, speaking of Atlas, that's not a bad token too. Metaverse crypto, triple zeros, very, you know, not low supply, 30 billion or so, but low price right now to just do some damage to that Solana metaverse ecosystem that's been around for multiple bull cycles. So I'm excited to see what Atlas is going to be doing in the next one. But anyways, guys, much love to the Blue Foundation. Much love to the Deep Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'm going to keep trying if you guys keep trying. And I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.